first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Taken in the end zone.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
These two rivals played two of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Rashad Penny.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. I'm coming for you. You move. Check smash. Check smash. 19 tight. 19 tight. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got Lockett.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll run with Penny. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Intercepted.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Now a give, right side. Horn. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Third down, Horn. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
First down, San Francisco.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
10 more there and another first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry?
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
The tackle made at the 40.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Now it's Penny. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Penny, the ball carrier.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. They set up the screen to Penny. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Good.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Penny. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. Here it's 3rd and 3.
54, right there, 54.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. That's out to the left flat and complete. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
To go.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
On third down. Gibson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Antonio Gibson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And this one through the uprights and good.
Seahawks 14, 49ers 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Allen's 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
He'll find Metcalf, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll set up a throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
DK Metcalf, incomplete. It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Oh, it's a wobbler here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Second half begins with a run from Penny. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Man, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6.
51, Mike. Cut my team. 51 to Mike.
He'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. There he goes right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, 49ers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Number 40.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
44-yard line.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fake here, direct snap to the young man. And he's not going to get to the marker, and that's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that to Colby Parkinson, but now it's 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Michael Dixon.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the
20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Number 40.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They do go for it. Here's Allen. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. There's Penny on the counter. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head, because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it, and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the third quarter here. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Right here, 51. Check pass, check pass.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Intercepted.
This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting him in jeopardy right now.
On 1st down, Horn. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll be a gain of 16, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll run on 1st down. Horn. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Second and goal on the Seahawks' 9-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 19-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Penny, a first down carry. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on first and 10. After the penalty, it's Penny. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20.
The ball carrier.
And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. This is Penny. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a third and long.
Third down and 16.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is third and 16. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Antonio Gibson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Complete to
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
Allen's pass.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At their
On play action, Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. One final try here for Allen. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Here we go, set, Cowboy 80. Check. Where'd it go?
Back to throw here. Left side complete to Lockett. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Tight down. There you go. Right there. 50.
Game in hand. The offense takes the knee. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Come on, D.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Throwing again. Allen. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action, Allen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
Hey, he's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield, trying to make a play, and he was successful on that throw.